I'd like to start by having a look at these 4 pictures of a river and just think, well, how are they different? What's different about them? How do they look? How are they made? Where might they be? So how are they different? Well, the first one shows us a V-shaped valley made by erosion. Underneath that, you've got a waterfall, also made by erosion, both in the upper course of the river. You've then got a meander, which is made in the middle course through erosion and deposition. You can clearly see your river beach here on the inside of the meander bend. And your final one, this shows you your estuary with your mudflats, where that river meets the sea in the lower course. So they all look very, very different. However, they are all the same river. They are all the River Severn. It's just that they are located in different parts of the river. So these ones here in the upper course would be up here, near where the river starts. This one in the middle course is likely to be somewhere through here. And your final one in the lower course is here, where it meets the sea. So we're going to be looking at the River Severn through this lesson, using place-specific detail to explain why the River Severn has different landforms at different locations, just bringing in what we've learned over the last few lessons. So this is our named example of our river landforms. So we do need to know an example of a river valley in the UK to identify its major landforms of erosion and deposition. So the big question is, how does the River Severn change from its source to its mouth? So from its start to its end. And the reason we're doing the River Severn is because it is quite significant, it's quite important. It's the longest river in the United Kingdom. It's about 220 miles long, and it actually starts in a place called the Plinlimmon Hills, which is 2,000 feet above sea level, and that's in the Cambrian Mountains in mid Wales, where there's quite a lot of rainfall, where it's quite high. And that's where the river starts at the small stream. It then flows all the way down to its mouth at the Severn estuary, where it flows into the Bristol Channel between Wales and England. And this just shows you the long profile of the River Severn. So you've got its source here, its start up at the highest point above sea level. You've then got this, what we call the nick point, where the waterfall actually occurs. You can see where you've got that drop, and that's because of a change in rock, which we'll look at in a moment. You can then see the gradient gets less steep and less steep until it's almost completely flat by the time it gets to its river mouth. So this would be where the upper course ends. All of this would be the middle course, and your lower course would start down here. So I'd like to have a go at drawing this template into your book. I suggest you use a double page. You need 3 boxes, one for the upper course, one for the middle course, one for the lower course. You can add on your key facts about where it starts, where it ends, how big it is, that kind of thing. If you can draw them out, please do, and then draw your long profile in the middle with your arrows from each course of your river. And once you've drawn that, we are going to watch a video that just shows you the journey that the river takes from its start to its end. So as you watch it, and you should pause it at set points so that you can add into each box any keywords, any diagrams to explain the landform you can see, any names of places, and also explanations. And the point of this is that you build up a case study of the landforms along the River Severn and an explanation about why that landform is formed where it is. We've already learned all of this. It's just applying it to our named example. There's a bit of a challenge. See if you can add any place-specific detail. So, for example, any specific rock type, the geology, any names of features. I'll put on here for you just a bit of a recap of the valley and the channel cross profile. I suggest you add those into each box as well, just so you can see in the upper course, steep-sided V-shaped valley, narrow, shallow channel. Middle course, a wider valley floor, a wider and a deeper channel, and then when you get to your lower course, you've got your wide flat valley with your widest and your deepest channel. So watch the video, fill in the boxes. I'll put a link to the video and show my homework as well, so you can just click on it and it'll take you to the correct video. So final thing then, these pictures are what I showed you at the start, all features along the River Severn. For each landform, I just want to identify what is it, the main processes that make it, and where along the river you would find it. So number 1, this one here, this is clearly a V-shaped valley, probably got some small interlocking spurs as well. Main processes: vertical erosion, eroding downwards, bit of weathering, breaking down of material on the sides that then moves into the stream, giving you this V shape. And the course of the river, that's found in your upper course, near the source, near the start. Next one here, we have your waterfall. And your waterfall, again, made by erosion. When you've got harder rock on top of a softer rock, the softer rock erodes, creating a plunge pool, creating that overhang of the rock above, which would then collapse. The waterfall would retreat, creating a gorge. And the waterfall on the River Severn is called the Severn breaks its neck, and that also is found in the upper course. Next one we've got here, we've got your meanders. So remember, fastest flow on the outside of the bend, causing erosion, creating that steep river cliff through that lateral, that sideways erosion. Slower flow on the inside, causing deposition, and you get your river beach creating here. This is found in the middle course. As you can see, it's a wider and a flatter floodplain. Eventually, you might get erosion all the way through the neck of the meander, leaving an oxbow lake. And your last one, bottom right, you've got your estuary. So this is made by deposition. It's found in the lower course of the river near the mouth where it meets the sea. And that is tidal. So sometimes when the tide comes in, the river level will be higher. When the tide goes out, the river's lower. And you can see these mud flats. The main process, deposition. And you've got to imagine that river's flowing down, it's crashing into the sea, it's causing it to stop, loss of velocity, loss of speed, so it drops all that sediment, all that sand silt that it's carrying, and that's what creates these big mud flats. So we've finished the processes part of the rivers topic. We've done our named example. I've put a spelling test on Show My Homework, just some of the key terms, the key vocabulary that we've gone through. Next time, we'll be looking at flooding along rivers, why it happens, and also looking at how we can prevent it. So get the spelling test done. If you get it wrong first time, remember you can have up to 3 attempts, so keep going until you get it right. Okay, take care, bye-bye.